Aleia, it's great to finally meet you. I've seen you and I've interviewed you with groups, so, and congratulations on that American record. It was so cool to watch.
Thank you.
And I want, take me through it. Were you surprised how fast you ran?
No, I wasn't. Just because of how the training been going and those actual races leading up to it have been going exactly how it should. And it seemed as if, like, if the first round I run, say 7:10, it seemed like I'll drop about 6 every time. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah.
But when I ran the first round and I saw the time, I was like, okay.
Well, because I watched you at New Balance and I watched you at Milrose, and your first round, boom, you get the job done, and then in the final you race. You know, and I'm fascinated. Well, you've been coached by Coach Shaver now all through college, right?
Yep, since 2014. Right?
Wow, I didn't know. God, I forgot that. Wow.
2014 until now.
Why does that relationship work? Because some coach athlete stuff doesn't work, right? You know, I think it's an art as well as a science. Are you involved in your workouts, or does coach say, this is what you're going to do, or do you say, hey coach, you know, I think we got to do a little bit more of this. Is there a collaboration, or how does it work?
Definitely. He'll have to work out, and some days, like, say, if it depends on the week, he might be like, what you think about this? But most of the time, he have to work out. And if I feel like, coach, can we do one more of this or one less of this? He'll be like, okay, you know, or I explain why, and he'll just be like, okay, it's fine. So we actually work together, and that actually work out good. And we're real close.
Good.
Like, we're really close.
And you train with
Micaiah.
I'm trying to mess up her name all the time. Is she related to the Briscoes who were running back in the 80s? Does she have any relation to Valley? Because
No, I'm not going to say no because I don't know, but I don't think so.
I haven't been able to find out or not. I was just very curious about it. And then Candace Hill is training with you now?
Yes.
Candace, I just interviewed, and she's a lot of fun, but she's just says she's learning a lot from you guys. The pandemic was kind of a crazy time. How did you make it through 2020? Did you race at all during that year?
I actually did race. I went to a couple of Diamond League races.
Okay.
Matter of fact.
Were you Monaco? Was it Monaco? Did you go to Monaco or go to Sweden? Okay.
After COVID, the years went by so fast.
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up with what was what. But I did go to at least 2 Diamond League races.
Okay.
And the good thing too, like training with Micaiah,
Yeah.
so you know how I had COVID, they didn't have any races and stuff. But the good thing with us, we were able to just line up and like race.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So, yeah. So like some days, like Coach Shea will tell us like, all right, meet week, and we'll like that Friday or Saturday, we'll legit go to the track, warm up like a race, get in the blocks, and run a 400. So that,
Wow.
yeah.
So as a sprinter, do you feel more comfortable? Do you like to race every week, or do you like to race every couple of weeks? How do you? Because I'm fascinated with that. Because I see, you know, it's like I know you have to do fast quality work every few days.
Yeah.
What's the dream racing schedule for you? Is it once a week, once every 2 weeks?
That's a good question. I kind of feel like I race a lot. I think I do a lot week by week. And the pros and cons, so racing week by week, training, you won't train as much. We probably train about 2 days, like really training and racing. But if you're not training, if you're not racing, then you'll be training through that week. So it's like, it has its pros and cons, but traveling kind of get overwhelming though.
Yeah.
Like literally coming home Sunday and like leaving like Wednesday, Thursday, that becomes a lot. So it depends. I don't mind it. So it's like depending on how it's set up.
Talk to me about 2021. What was that like for you? What came out of that year?
2021, that was right after COVID.
Yeah, was the
That was
Olympic trials?
year. Okay, yeah. So I actually opened up with maybe 7:18, I think, which was good.
Yeah.
And so that year was a pretty good year because I was consistently running 10.9. I think I ran 10.9 almost every 100 up until USA's.
Talk to me about USA's.
USA's, it was going good through the rounds.
Yeah.
Well, actually, going into USA's, I was having some hamstring problems a little bit, but it wasn't nothing bad. So I had some good rounds, but then the final, that's when I got DQ'd.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How how do you put a DQ into your mind and stuff like that? How do you learn from it? Or can you learn from it, or is it just frustration?
I see. I kind of just don't think about it.
Okay.
You could learn from it.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, I just think how that happened, it wasn't supposed to happen like that. But I mean,
What did Coach say?
we got to put it behind us and
Yeah.
we
No.
got to get going. And so, now we all feel like if something bad happened, we're going to make up for it doing something great. So,
Yeah. 2022. Talk to me about that. Yeah.
2022, going into 22, I had a perfect fall. No injuries, nothing. Opened up with maybe 7-14, I think,
Yeah.
in indoor. Had a great indoor season. Caught COVID after Melrose.
Really?
Right before USA's, and that's why I didn't go to Worlds or
Oh
USA's.
yeah. Oh,
I had
wow.
COVID.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I went to Melrose, I won, ran fast.
Yeah.
COVID after that. Out for, I would say probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I started getting to the outdoor season. My outdoor races, I was kind of going about, I think 11-1-ish, kind of. I was
How were you?
still,
Did you recover quickly from COVID? Because I
No.
got COVID twice in 20.
So the first time I had COVID and the flu.
Oh
First
my
time
gosh.
having flu ever in my life. Never
Yeah.
had the flu. So I was like feeling horrible for at least first 4 days. And then I kind of was moving around a lot. But I didn't practice until maybe like a week and a half, maybe. Or maybe almost 2 weeks.
Wow.
I wasn't like fully going until maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So then I had to like rebuild. Then I ran in a couple outdoor meets. And I mean, mentally I was kind of like, dang, I just had this good indoor. Why I'm not running fast? And then everybody was like, relax, you just had COVID and the flu. Like, it's going to take some time. So I'm like, okay. So after a couple of those races, we was getting going. I was back at training. Everything was going good. So I started running fast again. Ran a PR, 1081. Went to USA's. Ran another PR there. I ran 1083 in New York. And then
Yes, I saw
USA's.
that race. I was really impressed with that race. Yeah.
And then we had USA's the week after.
Yeah.
And that's when I PR'd again, 1081. So that was good. That was going good. Then I had COVID.
You got it a second time too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had COVID like 3 days after that.
Wow.
Or something. Let me see. USC. I forgot the calendar date, but I had COVID after that basically. Right before relay camp for Worlds.
Oh man.
Yeah. Literally woke up one morning feeling horrible. Went to urgent care. Took a test. COVID. Was supposed to leave the next day to go to relay camp. I had a flight the next morning.
Wow.
Yeah. So I texted him instantly with the results. I was crying. Like, literally walked out of urgent care, sitting in the car crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm supposed to go to relay camp. But I really was thinking I wasn't even going to be to go to Worlds because that was the week after. So I'm like, wow, I'm my first world team.
Oh.
I can't even go because I got COVID. So I actually was really, really, really,
Yeah.
like really going through it. But then my coach, my agent was like, no, you'll be fine by Worlds, counting the days. And I was like, okay, good. But then I'm like, I can't train. So I was like thinking, oh, I'm going to Worlds. I didn't have no training under my belt. So that was kind of, mentally it was like,
Yeah.
I was kind of going through it. But we got the Worlds. Had a couple of days of training before I did race, and it actually went pretty good. To say, that happened, it actually went pretty good. 6 in the final, so.
And what with the relay? How did that?
I ran the first round of the relay.
First round.
Yeah, I couldn't do the final because of the relay camp.
Okay. That's
So-
the one. Yeah. Do you like relay camp?
That was gonna be my first one.
Really? That would be wow. Okay.
Yeah, I never been to because for Tokyo, because of COVID, they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was actually my first relay camp.
Wow.
Well, would have been.
Yeah. When did you get your little boy?
June. Well, he was born June 15th, and
cool.
so June 16th.
And what's his name?
Amir.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
now, does he travel with you?
No, he didn't travel yet. I'm trying to decide when I want to put him on an airplane.
Yeah, that's
I didn't
all.
decide that yet.
Yeah, that's a hard thing. I
Yeah,
mean, you
so
know,
I'm really been debating about that.
yeah.
So I'm not sure when yet.
It's just
But I know for sure USA is. I'm gonna bring them.
Good.
But me to leading up into that, I'm not sure yet.
yeah.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to see when should I put them on an airplane.
No, hey, when my little guy, let's see, and this is way before COVID and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think I waited till we took him out to see the family at 4 months
Mm-hmm.
in California because everybody was out there, but we were nervous wrecks.
I know, that's-
And you're just like, I would get up every night and put the mirror over his face to make sure he was breathing
Mm-hmm.
because I read all the baby books, right? And I was totally freaking out because you think your kid's going to get
No,
everything,
for
right?
real, everything.
And, oh yeah, it's just like, but it does change your life,
No,
And
literally, like in the airport, and I see like people with kids, I'm just looking like, all right, you doing that, you doing that. Then I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to the airport with him.
it's really interesting. Like I'm amazed how many times I get on a plane and I'll see a mom with kids, a lot of times with 2 kids, and I'll say, hey, can I help you with something? And,
Yes.
but I'm amazed how many guys walk by, like especially in nice, they don't do anything, and a lot of people don't help.
No,
and
it's
I
funny.
don't get it.
When I was on one of the planes, they had a lady. She had her child in her hand, but she had a carry-on bag.
Oh yeah.
So she like trying to pick it up and like put it in there, but she had the baby. It's like everybody was looking. I'm like, you need some help? Like, everybody was just watching, and she was struggling. I'm like,
It's just common. I mean, the whole common courtesy thing is the thing that kind of gets me, and it's just. But it's changed. It changes your life, And I saw the interview you did. I thought that was really cool. You enjoy talking to Lewis Johnson. Yeah, I think he's great.
Yeah, he is.
And he asks questions that I would want to ask, and it's great. And he asks questions that fans are going to understand, and he brings you closer to the audience. If you were talking to a group of sports fans, they're not track and field fans, okay? What would you tell them? What do they need to watch for in the sprints? What should they be watching for in the sprints? How do they learn to appreciate the 100? What's the 100 all about?
the 100, I would say the first half and the ending. So I would say block starts, like the beginning of the race, actually watching that whole drive transition phase.
Yeah.
And then the ending, like them last 30 meters is where a lot of difference happens. So I would say watching when that gun go off, that transition part, we just getting up the sprint and then finishing, just watching across.
What should they watch for in the 60? How do you explain the 60 to people? Because I remember talking to Christian and I said, how do you explain the 60? He goes, gotta get out of those
You
blocks,
gotta get
man.
out that's what I'm saying. You gotta get out. It's so short. It's like you have to get out the blocks.
Yeah.
If you don't get out the blocks, you gotta have some real good top end, like really like no allows.
Yeah. But you have...
But yeah, I don't like mine.
Yeah, you get out of the blocks really well. How long did it take you to figure out how to do that?
See, the thing with me, I kind of feel like my blocks are inconsistent.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of inconsistent. So
What makes them inconsistent? Is it like if you're feeling more anxiety or you're feeling nervous before a race? Or is it that? Or is it just...
that's a really good question, actually. I would say it. I don't know, because I literally never get anxiety before a race or anything.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. It could be from a lot of times they will hold it longer, so it's like
Yeah.
you have to still wait on it. But I just start thinking about random stuff if I'm just waiting too long.
Well, no, I watch it. I can't believe in Eugene, I could not believe how long people were being held. It was blowing my mind because I used to start junior college meets.
Okay, so
and,
like,
and I'm just kind of going, and I would actually take the kids through. I said, okay, guys, this is how I do it. Just watch. Okay, I don't want to, I will false start you, but I don't want to. So
Right,
let's
so
just
see.
let's figure it out. And I see it in Europe a lot. The nice thing in Britain is they have the same starter, so it's rather consistent.
Oh, okay, so
that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But you get onto the
But here
continent, and it's just, and here it's just like,
don't
and
know.
at a U.S. Championships, it should be,
yeah,
and it's not, and that gets a little frustrating.
that make a difference.
What was the key to your success this indoor season?
One of them was being healthy. I would say that just laid on to everything. Being
Sure.
healthy laid on to me. Being able to run all the reps. In the weight room, I've been able to. Since I had knee surgery, I stopped squatting. Like
Okay.
probably my whole collegiate year.
And when did you have knee surgery?
2015 and in 2018.
Okay.
So since then, after 2015, I didn't squat. After 2018, I didn't squat. 2019, maybe 2020. I think I really just kind of started squatting 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So that make a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
And mentally, like I'm 100% in. I have a son now, and that's making a huge difference with how I'm actually portraying everything. So,
Do you stress out before races, or do you seem like you like to race?
yeah,
Okay, because that's a whole different attitude, right?
it is.
Before New Balance, how many races had you had? Did you have two before
I did
that?
2, LSU and Arkansas.
Okay.
Yep.
What did you open with?
At LSU, I opened with 7:14.
Okay.
And then I did 7:12 in the final. And then Arkansas was 7:05 and then 6:98.
What did that 698 feel like?
Easy. That felt like the easiest race. Wow, USA's felt like the easiest race. But prior to that, it was so easy. But it's crazy because my coach literally said before that, I'm about to run fast.
Yeah. I remember interviewing Carl Lewis after 1988, and I said, "Tell me about your fastest 100 meters." And he goes, "It was easy." I
Yes.
said, "What did
What
that
you
mean?"
mean?
And I hear that from a lot of athletes, and they go, "I was when Michael Marsh told me the same thing in his 200 in '92. He said that he relaxed. He actually listened to his coach." And he just felt so good. So you're in that zone, right? So you run that 698. You go to New Balance, you run a good round, and then boom, you dominated that race. Do you know how far ahead you are of people in that race, or did you sense, or do you think people were right on you?
I thought it was right on me.
Okay. Do you, in a 60, do you have any idea where people are, or is it just you are so focused on your race?
No, I know at least like those first 20.
Yeah.
Cause we still kind of together, so I know. But then after that, it's like,
Well, you have the 30 to 50.
Yeah.
You just accelerate, right?
Yeah, I don't see
Can you
nobody else.
feel it? Okay. And do you do a lot of core work? Okay.
yeah,
All right. Because that's what it seems. I mean, you just. One of the things I've noticed about Marcel Jacobs when he's fit, the Italian, right, is he's got his 20 on, man. And that's why I could tell. I was watching the Europeans this weekend, right? And everybody was saying it was his hamstring. It was his hamstring. It was his soleus because he came out of the blocks and you could see that there was a wincing, right? So he wasn't able to make his
couldn't
move.
really hit that.
And when he did, and in the final, he was in 4th place at 40. And he got into 2nd, which I thought was incredible.
Which is still, like,
and it's just not all there. So
it's
you've been
60
all
meters.
you've been all there this season. And was Milrose a better race for you than New Balance? Did you think?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
'Cause
Did you have some
Melrose,
trouble?
I had a bad start in Melrose.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
bad, but
It just wasn't up to where you wanted to
what
be.
it could have been. So I kind of was playing catch up.
Now in the U.S. champs, I'm going to go round through round.
Okay.
In the first round, how did you feel?
First one was good.
Yeah.
There's
Did
been so many races.
Albuquerque? Does the altitude make a difference for
Yes.
you? Okay.
Like warming up, I felt like I was about to pass out.
Really?
Yes. Because like within our warm up, we do a lot of accelerations.
Yeah.
So after each acceleration, I'm sitting down like can't breathe.
Yeah, because it's about 5,360 feet, so it's up there. It's
And then right before that, a couple of days before, I had a little cold, so my nose was already stuffy.
Yeah.
It was bad. Then after that first round, I felt horrible. Like my eyes was running. I couldn't breathe. I felt really horrible after that round.
How did you feel after the semis?
We only did 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
After that, I felt horrible.
So you came into the final and you were kind of like, wow.
Yeah, because
So-
like even going into that round, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I'm like, I'm not feeling good. I had to get some what's this stuff called?
Is it Fluenase? Is that the one you use? I use a nose thing. It's
I
like
don't know,
this.
something the trainers gave me
Yeah.
to like try to open my nose up so I could
Yeah.
breathe.
Yep.
But it was like, all right, it's time to go. I'm like, all right, we here now. So I mean, that's just knock all it out the way and just run.
Wow.
So I did finish that round. I was like, okay, we're gonna be all right. But
How did you feel in the final? Did you know it was a fast race? Okay.
yeah, I knew.
And what was that's what I'm trying to understand, okay? So how do I explain to my readers, how do you feel when you know it's a fast race? Because I saw your face after the race. I'm watching, everything. And Kevin Morris has some great pictures of you that we were putting up. You knew instantly that it was fast. What did you think you'd run, like 695, 696?
So going into the race, that was my goal to actually get the record. But
Yeah.
I wasn't like stressing to get it, but I just knew like if I just ran a perfect race, ran through the line, it'll come. And so as I'm running, like the last 20 just felt so good. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I was just
Yeah, you look
floating.
great. Yeah.
I knew like them last 20. When I crossed the line, I'm like, they had to be fast. I didn't know how fast. I knew at least 6'9", but
Yeah.
I didn't know about record fast or not. But when I saw it, I was like, there we go.
Wow.
And then after a couple of seconds it hit, I'm like, wait. It really had hit me. I was like, wait, I really did just break the record.
Is that your first American record? That's so
Yes.
cool. Okay, so what did Coach Shaver say afterwards? I'm curious about what he said. Was he there?
Let me tell you what he said before.
Okay.
Before the race, we was on the phone, we be clowning. He said, don't come home if you don't have the record.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay. So then right after the race, when I got to the back, I said, so can I come home now?
That's
But
awesome.
he was like, yeah, he was saying like it was perfect. Like I was relaxed. I did exactly what I needed to do. And he was saying he knew I was gonna do it.
You're 692 in the 60.
95.
Okay. Do you think you can? What do you think you can do in the 100 with that? I mean, does that take you in the 10.8s, 10.7s? Or you feel comfortable talking that way?
Yeah, that definitely.
Because that's what it looks like to me. I mean, and I'm just watching, right? And I'm not the person doing it, but you've now got. And I heard that you were out on the track the next day, right? Yeah. Coach had you out, and you were totally ready to roar, right? Wow.
Yeah, actually, funny thing is, after that race, I fell. I don't know if you know that or not. Oh, yeah, after I fell up the bank.
I saw that. Okay, because I replayed your race 20 times, because I'm kind of
Trying to
going.
see what happened.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. In the first round, I stumbled on it a little bit. So I was saying, the final, I had to make sure I get up it, but I didn't think about it. Cause I'm like, ooh, that was fast. I'm like, all right. And then boom, the track came.
Did you hurt your hand?
I did. I haven't been able to do block starts in like 2 weeks. I did block starts for the first time Monday
Wow.
and I barely was able to do that because I get an MRI once I get back. But yeah, I messed up like this and then like my wrist. So I'm actually just now able to move it, but I couldn't move it back. Nothing like.
Was it all bruised? Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
And so if I was to ever do this, like getting a block start, the pain would just shoot through. So yeah.
How do you slow down after the 60 with? Do you actually slow down, or can you?
I can't. Well, for me, so after my knee surgeries, every time I slow down, I would have to gradually slow down because if I pound on my knees, it would hurt. So I already have to take a while to slow down. So I just smacked the mat. But then when I fell, I was running so fast. When I did fall, I literally just fell like right on my hand.
In 2015 at Millrose, Ashton Eaton was running the 60. Did you see that?
I remember that.
I was there.
You was there?
I went to him afterwards and said, "What the hell?
I
Are you
remember
showing
that.
off?" What he goes, "Larry, I couldn't slow down.
couldn't stop, yeah.
That one scared me. That was probably the one. I mean, I've seen some people. I saw some
that
cuts
was
on hands.
scary.
Yeah, and I thought he was hurt because he flipped himself all
He
the way
flipped
over.
over the thing. I heard that.
And that was just like, so. Do you guys practice slowing down in the 60 or not? Okay.
No.
Wow,
just-
that's just. Because
you just race for impact.
yeah. So today is International Women's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a women's athlete that you look up to, or a couple that you look up to?
Edison Felix for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Really, she number one.
Yeah.
Definitely number one.
Have you got to talk to her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm about
I've
to
known
say,
her since she was 15.
It's just crazy the fact that like being younger and always watching her, then it's like I'd be at a meeting, see her and be like, this is crazy. Like we on the same team together. Like we Team USA. So I think that kind of be mind blowing sometimes.
Yeah. Have you got to meet Gail Devers?
No.
Gail's fun. Have you met JJK? Jackie Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you a quick story. So, JJK used to sponsor me because I'm from St. Louis, and she was from East St. Louis. And I used to go over and run in the Armory years before her and stuff. We would have an indoor meet, and it was on a flat basketball surface, and they put cones on it. And I remember guys setting the American record, the high school record, in a 4x4, and they ran like 3:25 on it, right? And I'm this little, 5'1" kid, and these guys had the coolest afros I've ever seen. And I go up to the anchor, and I go, your pick didn't move, man. And he would do this thing where he'd put his pick in his hair to psych himself. This was the 70s, right? And he starts cracking up, and I said, how does it not move? And he goes, you watch my race, and that's what you. But they were in Chuck Taylor high tops, sliding.
What?
They slid around the turns because it wasn't banked, right?
Yeah.
They were because we couldn't wear spikes. They were Chuck Taylors, and these guys were like speed skaters. They would slide around the turns, and it was 11 laps to a mile. So think about that for a relay. I mean, it was only 167 yards.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really a mess.
Dang.
Yeah, but we got 2 indoor track meets a year. But Jackie put on a meet outdoors, and the coolest thing was they brought all these high school girls to the meet, and afterwards the girls taught her and Gail Devers these dance moves, and I'm sitting there watching it, and they were both they were great, and Gail was amazing because, and I would tease her after. I said, those hurdling skills came in really well. Oh my gosh! But did you ever think of doing the hurdles?
No.
Okay. Have you always
I'm
done
not
sprints?
flexible at all for one.
No. What did you do in high school? What events did you do in high school?
100, 200, 4x1, 4x2.
Okay.
In middle school, I did shot put.
Really? You did the shot? Did you like it?
I won. I
Wow.
won every time.
Because you were fast, right? Did you just do a glide?
Strong.
Yeah, yeah. Do
I've
you
always
watch
been strong also.
Do you watch the shot now?
Sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. There's some pretty amazing athletes with it. Aleia, you have survived 28 minutes with me. That's a record today,
For real?
Yeah, because I've been doing about 20 to 25. I could talk with you for the next hour, but this is so much fun. And it's really nice to
another thing too, when you was talking about them running in chucks.
Yeah.
When I was small, we used to run in swim shoes.
Really?
Yeah, we raced in swim shoes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
And I used to think that was normal until people was like, no, we never did that.
In what was your high school?
In New Orleans.
New Orleans?
This was when I was in like middle school, elementary.
Wow.
We raced in swim shoes.
How old were you when you did your first track race?
8.
So did you do like club stuff?
AU. I think I might actually still have like 9-year-old AU record. I know one of them still standing.
He's going 5 minutes. Aleia, this was so much fun. It was nice to finally meet you because I've got to watch you for races and stuff like that. This is Larry Eater with RunBlogRun. We've got Aleia Hobbs. She's the American record holder at the 60 meters, and she is one of my new favorite interviewers now. So.
Yes.
And you did it.